The confirmed information that we have at this stage, the biggest announcement in the last little while was from the headquarters of the Integrated Defence Staff of India, which has said that military stations of Jammu, Pathankot and Udhampur in proximity to the international boundary in Jammu and Kashmir have been targeted by Pakistan using missiles and drones. There have been no losses. The threat has been neutralized by Indian Armed Forces as per standard operating procedures with kinetic and non-kinetic means. The other big piece of news on the international front has been our External Affairs Minister speaking to his US counterpart, Secretary Rubio, where he has told him that we deeply appreciate America's commitment to work with India in the fight against terrorism, underlined India's targeted and measured response to cross-border terrorism, will firmly counter any attempts at escalation. So that's the second major development which has taken place. There are blackouts in several cities across India: Srinagar, Jammu, Jaisalmer, Chandigarh, many other. There'd be upwards of a dozen at least where there's a full blackout which was ordered. The footage that you see, two images, two different areas. Again, deferred footage because that's a government obligation. On your left, Jammu. On your right, Jaisalmer. This is some of the most vivid footage. What you do see on your screens in both cases are of Indian surface-to-air missiles being fired, taking out incoming missiles and drones. We don't know if these are drones or missiles, but India has retaliated. India is taking out these threats very, very strongly. We've seen footage like this, and I said this a few other times earlier in the evening as well, when those massive ballistic missile attacks on Tel Aviv did take place. It's happening over our own skies now, and these interceptions are taking place. Shiv, would you like to just reflect on some of the new developments that we can confirm and report at this stage?
Vishnu, the incredible number of developments that are taking place with each passing minute are truly mind-boggling. There's a huge flood of misinformation that's coming in as well, and I think it's our responsibility also to bust some of the wrong news and disinformation that's being put out by other media. There is no movement of tanks on both sides. The army has confirmed to us there is no suicide attack of any kind, either in Rajouri or in Pathankot, as is being stated by some media. Very, very irresponsible reporting by many across the board. Obviously on NDTV, the reason why you didn't see those two pieces of information is because we verify, vet and corroborate everything. So at least two pieces of fake news are doing the rounds, which is very dangerous in this scenario, because we're talking about operational movements right now. The enemy is watching media right now. There has never been a time for the media to be more responsible than now, when our men and women in uniform are on the front lines, doing the literal work of protecting India's sovereignty. So I think this is an appeal from NDTV to all media, perhaps, to please be as responsible as you can. You can worry about all your other stuff a little later. Right now, our forces are, on the line right now for the country's integrity, and I think that needs to be borne in mind. The attack from the air from different areas of Pakistan is continuing. We're hearing about the possibility of mounting losses, of air assets within Pakistan, Vishnu. But once again, that's something we don't want to speculate upon until we have at least 3 or 4 corroborations from either the Air Force or the government. As far as that benchmark is concerned, we can say that an F-16 has been shot down. As far as the AWACS is concerned, that's something that's going viral right now, because obviously emotions are high in India right now. People are angry. It's understandable, but that's also a situation that becomes ripe, for wrong information to, spread dramatically. So on NDTV, we will be responsible, because you have the right to get correct, authentic information and not just something, that you can be pleased about. So very possible that there has been a loss of an AWACS aircraft, but we will report that only once it is actually confirmed. F-16 down, possibility of another fighter also down, but await NDTV's confirmation. Vishnu, whether
land Shiv, that's important, what you are saying, because just in the last little while, we've got the Barmer district collector who's come in with a message saying a private news channel is broadcasting the news of a missile attack in Barmer. No such incident has occurred. The district administration denies this. So again, we are going to go by, what we know to be fairly accurate and report that. Sorry, Shiv, go ahead.
Yes, just as I was saying, Vishnu, there are three aspects of what is going on right now, and I want to describe them in some detail because I know that an overwhelming section of India's viewers are watching us right now, and the kind of pressure on us is even more right now to authenticate all information. And Vishnu, you and I are in the best possible position to do this because we've both covered war, we've both covered conflict, we've visited practically all of the places that we're naming right now, whether it is Pathankot, whether it is Jalandhar, whether it is Jammu, whether it is Jaisalmer, and therefore we have an idea of what this actually looks like as this plays out. Let's talk first about the air aspect of what's happening. There are fighter aircraft in the air, there are support system aircraft in the air, there's a possibility of missiles flying between both sides from the air as well. We do know that an F-16 has been shot down. There's a possibility of more assets being lost on the Pakistan side. Nothing on the Indian side, even though Pakistan has just issued a press release from Rawalpindi talking once again about those Harop drones having been intercepted. No indication of that. Now let's talk about the land aspect of what's happening, Vishnu. Number one, I've just come back from the line of control in Kupwara sector. It is completely lit up. We could hear artillery even as we were leaving. That aspect of it is also known right now. The army has just busted fake news by another network saying that tanks are on the move on both sides. They've categorically denied that that's happened, and I think it's important to highlight that because right now when combat operations are in full swing, it is totally irresponsible to give out wrong information that may be used by the enemy to justify some kind of different escalation. Three, the aspect that we're not seeing at all play out because it's not in front of us and not near us is the naval aspect, Vishnu. And you know very well that the Navy is not sitting around, doing nothing while the Air Force and the Army, are participating in this huge defense of Indian integrity and airspace against Pakistan and also launching offensive strikes on that country. But the Navy, we can be absolutely 100% sure, is not only 100% operationally ready, but in some respects, Vishnu, and you know what I'm saying, is participating in what we're seeing right now. India's retaliation for Pahalgam, starting with Operation Sindoor, did involve the Navy directly in the form of loitering munitions, and even how it's playing out right now, even though it may not be immediately visible to us, does involve the Navy in terms of sensors, in terms of targeting, in terms of kinetic action using drones and missiles possibly as well. There is a naval element to what is playing out. We just can't see that yet. So this is once again a tri-service effort. The intelligence community is fully plugged in. Military intelligence, our technical organizations, Home Ministry and internal security organizations, the paramilitary, every single element of India's national security system is now fully active because this is, and I have no hesitation in saying this is a warlike situation across the entire frontage between India and Pakistan, Vishnu.